You're mid-meeting, not even the main topic, when your boss turns to you and says it in front of everyone. Honestly, I don't know what this team would do without you. Someone next to you nods. You feel your face go a little warm. You don't think about it again until that night, when you're still awake finishing a deck for tomorrow that isn't technically your job. Here's the part nobody tells you. Praise doesn't just make you feel good, it makes you owe something back. That's not a personality flaw, it's wiring. Psychologists call it the reciprocity instinct, the same reflex that makes you tip more after a free sample. The second someone hands you a compliment, some part of your brain quietly starts looking for a way to repay it. Most people repay it with their time, their silence, or their labor, and never clock that a transaction even happened. And it's a strangely durable debt. Marketers have known this for decades. A free sample costs the store pennies and reliably increases what you buy afterward, way out of proportion to the sample itself. Work compliments run on the exact same math. A 30-second "you're amazing" costs your manager nothing, but it can buy them weeks of you saying yes to things you'd otherwise question. The debt doesn't even feel like a debt. It feels like loyalty, like being a team player, like just being a good person to work with. That disguise is what makes it so effective. You can't resent a debt you don't know you're carrying. You're about to go through 10 of these, the ones that sound like recognition but are actually quietly reassigning your job, your risk, or your voice, without you ever agreeing to it out loud. Some of these will sound exactly like something you heard this week. That's not a coincidence. That's the point. For each one, you'll get the exact phrase, what it's really doing underneath, what it costs you, and the specific line you can say back so you keep the compliment and lose the trap hiding inside it. Number 1. You're such a problem solver. This one doesn't hand you your own project. It hands you everyone else's problems. Another team's process breaks, a client's unhappy, someone dropped the ball, and your name comes up because you're the one who fixes things. No extra headcount, no authority to actually change the broken process, just the fire and the expectation you'll put it out. Say, happy to help. Let's loop in whoever owns that process, so the fix actually sticks. Not just this once. You stay the person who solves it. You stop being the free patch for someone else's system. Number 2, you always know exactly what to say. This is the compliment right before you become the messenger for things nobody else wants to say out loud. The layoff, the rejected idea, the policy everyone's going to hate. Your manager stays the good guy in every room because you're absorbing the reaction. Say, happy to help deliver that. But let's frame it as coming from the both of us. You keep the trust. You stop being the shield. Number 3, you're so organized, I never have to check up on you. This sounds like a compliment on your competence. It's also what makes you the least visible person on the team. If nobody has to check on your work, nobody's watching you catch the problem before it became one, or put in the extra hour nobody assigned. All anyone sees is that nothing ever goes wrong on your end, which reads as, not much is happening, not as work being done well. Then promotion season arrives, and the person who got checked on the most gets remembered. Say, I like keeping things running quietly. Mind if I send you a short monthly note on what's been handled, just so it's visible? You keep your independence. You stop losing credit for it. Number 4, you just get it. I don't even have to explain things to you. This feels like praise for your intelligence. It's actually permission to hand you vague, under-specified work and skip clarifying scope. When something goes sideways, the story becomes that you should have asked. Say, I want to make sure I've got it right. Can you send me 2 lines on what success looks like? You're closing the gap they left open. Number 5, you've got such a good poker face. Sounds like praise for composure. It's testing whether you'll stay quiet when a decision is heading somewhere bad. Once you're known as unflappable, your silence reads as agreement, and your honest opinion quietly stops mattering in the moments it matters most. Say, I'll stay calm, but if I've got real concerns, I'm going to say them in the room, not after. You keep the reputation. You keep your voice too. Number 6, you don't need hand-holding like the others. Sounds like respect for your independence. It's frequently the reason you get skipped for training budget, or the check-ins newer hires get automatically. Being low maintenance quietly becomes being under-invested in. Say, I don't need much, but I do want the same development opportunities as everyone else. Number 7, you're the glue holding this team together. This lands like the warmest compliment on the list, and it's often the one costing you the most unpaid time. What it's naming is invisible work, smoothing tension after a bad meeting, checking on the teammate who's struggling, translating between two people who stopped talking. None of it shows up on a job description or in a review. It just quietly gets assumed. Until the day you stop and everyone notices how much you were carrying. Say, I care about the team, so I'll keep doing that. Can we talk about building it into how my role's actually evaluated? Number 8, you never complain. This sounds like praise for your resilience. It's frequently used as evidence that everything's fine. Your silence about the workload that's crept up over a year gets quietly read as proof none of it needs fixing. Because if it did, surely you'd have said something. Meanwhile, the person who does complain gets the extra headcount, the new software, the adjusted deadline. Say, I don't complain much, so when I do bring something up, I need it taken seriously. Number 9, I trust your judgment completely, just run with it. Delegation is genuinely valuable until it's used to remove yourself from decisions you'll later be blamed for. Full autonomy with zero check-ins means zero cover if the call turns out wrong. And I told you to run with it quietly becomes, I never actually said that. Say, love the trust? I'll send a quick heads up before anything big so we're aligned. Number 10, and this is the one to watch closest. Everyone just comes to you. It sounds like you've become the go-to person. What's actually happened is you've become the unofficial help desk, training new hires, answering questions that should be in a wiki, fielding the quick one that eats 45 minutes of your day, all without the title or the pay that comes attached to those words. It feels good to be needed. It rarely feels good the day you realize you've been doing someone's job for free for 2 years. Say, happy to keep helping. Should we make that an official part of my role, since it clearly already is one? Not every compliment on this list is a trap every time you hear it. Said once, most of these are just someone being kind, and treating every kind word like an ambush will exhaust you and make you genuinely harder to work with. What matters is the pattern. So build yourself a compliment ledger. Not literally, just start noticing. Every time you get one of these 10 lines, mentally log it next to what actually changed in your title, your pay, or your workload that same quarter. Compliments are supposed to be a receipt for something already earned. If your ledger has 6 months of praise on one side and nothing but more requests on the other, it was never a receipt. It was an invoice, and you've been the one paying it.
Here's the test that actually separates the two. A real compliment can survive you saying thank you, and by the way, can we talk about a raise? It doesn't flinch, because it wasn't leveraged to begin with. A manipulative one gets awkward fast, because the moment you try to cash it in for something concrete, you find out it was never actually redeemable. It was only ever meant to be felt, never spent. That single move, trying to cash it in, will tell you more about a compliment's real purpose than a week of overthinking it will.